people, it's another episode of Minding Your Biz. I'm one of your co-hosts, Dr. Black Wealth, and we got...
Hey, y'all, it's your girl, Miss Fab Financial, checking in.
What's up? We are the number one network for all things business and culture, right? Make sure you share, subscribe, stay tuned for all the updates on the latest trends we got.
That's what he said.
We coming in live talking about, listen, the Latino community are the largest voters behind white people, which make them ahead of blacks and Asians. That's what we'll cover in today's show. As we break down the Latino support, the SEC chair being resigning, Bitcoin, Starbucks changes, real estate developer Don Peebles making moves, supporting Trump.
It's a lot of stuff happening.
It's a show today.
It's a lot of stuff happening. You got to keep your ear to the streets. You got to keep your ear to the streets. It's a lot of moving parts.
Gotta make sure, look.
And you got to keep up so you don't get left behind.
Look, okay? It's the best show on YouTube right now.
Listen, let's go.
Listen, so Latino men went to the polls, man. 47% of them are voting. What happened is they are raking up a 42% of Latino votes compared to 35% in 2020 and 28% in 2016. Right? Trump nearly won. Latino men overall gaining a 47% support for Trump. The biggest reasons for the Latino movement was the economy, and believe it or not, the immigration. So what you think about that? What's your grade? How you feel? What's your grade on your feelings?
I'm giving them a D. Y'all get a D.
Get out of here.
Y'all get a D because you let the Trump effect sweep you up. You got caught up in the white supremacy trying to assimilate. Y'all is not them.
Mi amigo.
Y'all not the same.
¿Qué pasa?
Y'all keep thinking y'all the same, but you're not.
My people.
They don't want you.
They do.
They don't.
All right, look, I'm going to stop. What's your grade?
Okay, so I gave it a D.
Okay, why?
Silly sauce. The same way I do with poor white folks.
Okay.
They don't want y'all.
Okay.
You voting against your own best interest. I get economy because I think that was on everybody's mind. If you went for that, and I know every single person did not vote for all the same reasons, but I feel like to vote for immigration, and I saw some of the videos to say, well, he's going to get the criminals and the illegals out first. Well, you illegal if you're not here. Half of the dreamers are not here legally. They could deport your ass too. Here, they not just going after the rapists and the murderers. Yes. First of all, they're not even going to be able to find all the rapists and the murderers. They know they're going to stay undercover. They're going to find your ass that's sitting, working at a job in your house because you think you're not doing nothing wrong.
We are PG-13.
Y'all better look at Operation Wetback, okay? I was in the streets, in the internet looking. Operation Wetback. Please look it up. Y'all think it's not a thing, but it is. 1954, Eisenhower had Operation Wetback, where they racially profile Hispanics and got them out. Listen, the Texas Supreme Court just said it was okay. So you think that just because it's not you. I'm not doing nothing wrong. I'm not here raping and murdering nobody. They don't want me. It's them versus us. Y'all done got bamboozled. I understand because that's what happens with white supremacy. They make you pick a side. It's not us. We're going to assimilate. We are going to punch down like you do, white man, so we could cover us. No, they coming for you. So I gave you a D because y'all silly. I'm sorry.
Look, man. Mira. Hey, my people. I'm giving y'all an A.
Yeah.
A,
Let's
right?
see if they say that after this mass deportation when their grandmamas is getting up out of here.
What I love about this was that you got more, again, men. This was the surge for him winning. It was the men that stepped up because now they're taking charge. They're like, hey, economically, we strapped. We need a president who's going to align with us economically. On top of that, I thought it was quite interesting for them to have a take on immigration in that way. Most of these people are being, from the Wall Street Journal report, are legal people, not illegal. But they're like, hey, we came through the legal process, right? So if you here illegally, you need to skedaddle and get legal to come to America. So, and I thought also the power behind the fact that the Latino community, period, is the second largest voters, right? Outvoting blacks and Asians. I think that says a lot.
That does.
Especially for
It
black
does.
people, I look at it as, you have all the signs around you on how you can, quote unquote, unionize in a sense,
But typically
right?
we don't vote and participate, which shows you how important voting is.
I'll leave
That's
that
what
there.
that shows.
I'll leave that there.
Okay, well, you can't have it one and not the other. It shows how important voting is.
Yeah.
Hopefully, they getting what they want and they vote. They voted for immigration. Hopefully, y'all get the immigration you need, which is a way to come into this country, fill out the paperwork, get the people in. Right? If you're gonna do a wall, okay, do the wall. Not do the wall, but you also then have to penalize. Why do they come here? They come here because who's hiring them? Business owners. Business owners are hiring them. So then penalize the business owners in. Say, no, don't hire the farm hands. Don't hire. That's why they coming.
That's not why everybody coming, but
That's why the majority come here illegally for jobs and opportunity. That's why most people come.
He talking about criminals. And most of them,
oh my God, everybody
Latino,
who come here is not a criminal.
I didn't say that everybody was a criminal. That's not what I said. I said he's talking about deporting criminals. And so most of those people...
And if you are here illegally, aren't you a criminal? By law, by definition, if you come here illegally, you are a criminal. You're all in the same boat.
Right, but now you're trying to generalize the criminals here?
But that's what he's talking about.
No, he's talking about...
so you think ICE is not going to go and deport people that are working?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying his rhetoric is to get rid of the people who are coming here committing crimes.
For sure.
Outside of them being illegal.
That's what he says, but that's not what it means, because we also
know what it means.
We do know, because history tells us what it means. History tells us. American history tells us
the only thing
when these bills come out, they disproportionately affect black and brown people to a negative. Same thing with Stop and Frisk. Same thing with Operation Wetback that's coming back around. So let's not act like we've never seen this before. Please. So again, I'm giving it a D, because it's not gonna be what y'all think it is. It's not gonna be good.
All right.
It's not gonna be good. It's gonna help increase inflation. Why? All them low wage laborers, they're going to be out of here. So that means you got to do what? Pay Americans more money. The cost of housing is going to go up, because that's construction, that's agriculture. But I digress. Let's move on. What's the next topic? I'm sorry. I
don't even remember my grade. But anyway, the next thing is in the economic world, we got the SEC chair is set to resign. A lot of things are moving around with Trump, with the private equity space, where they're going to be pushing out retail. The SEC chair is a big deal because the Securities and Exchange Commission protects people from being bamboozled by investors and
regulators,
and you being clear on what's going on with your investments that you make, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that was put in some years ago, and the biggest thing with the SEC chair now is the current SEC chair is not a big fan of Bitcoin.
He's not.
And so,
or the administration,
that's a big thing.
The Biden administration in general isn't. So,
what's your grade on, how you feel about the SEC chair movement, the private equity being pushed? What you thinking?
So, I feel, a part of me wants to give it a B, right? I feel like I get the scarcity behind crypto and deregulating, because it is no central regulation for crypto, right? And so I get why the SEC wants to protect the people. I get the intention behind it. And I understand it, because a lot of people did lose money with the FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried, that bank, and how they swindled out millions of dollars from the people. But I think it's a part of the game when you invest, right? It's a lot of risk. And so I'm giving it a B. I think with crypto, you do gotta kind of let it do its thing. I don't even know if you could really back it. It is based on how much you can mine. I'm giving it a B-. I think we need to just watch and see. I'm a fan. I appreciate having regulation, but I think too much regulation, of course, can sometimes suffocate a particular industry and not allow it to kind of grow and do what it needs to do. So I'm giving it a B. I think Elon, one thing I do agree with him is it does promote freedom. But I do think that, the banks and the powers that be are going to end up buying most of it, right? Crypto is high risk, no oversight, and it's very volatile. So you're investing at your own risk.
100%. I'm with it. I'm with all the changes. I'll give it a B too. We got to see what the SEC chair is kind of who they're gonna. And I didn't even think about who they're looking to replace them with. I'm sure whoever's going to be is probably going to be more friendly toward the Republican administration. So, I don't know if that's good or bad news, right? Because in a sense, I think that if from a regulation standpoint, financial regulation standpoint, those are probably one of the things I do support. Because people are, you don't want investors to kind of bamboozle you where you don't know what you're doing, but also, investing is a risk period. Because even with the most accurate information out there, the slightest thing can happen. COVID can happen. The slightest change can happen. The person could hate the CEO. Anything.
Somebody could tweet something and it could have the
crazy.
Stock.
100%.
Yeah.
So. With the SEC chair, though, we'll see what that looks like. So I'm giving it a B, optimistic about what it looks like. And then, of course, we'll see who we're going to put on there.
I'm investing. I know, again, this
administration you better get your coins
is
up.
Crypto friendly. Our president owns, what is it? He owns World Liberty Financial. So, he's going to look out for his own best interest.
For
so
sure.
If he owns a bank with crypto, that means I need to get crypto. Bitcoin is now at $91,000 per coin.
Right.
Baby, are you crazy? Ethereum is at $325 a coin. Litecoin is at $77. There's a lot of opportunity there. XRP is at 71 cents a coin. So talk to your people and see what you can invest in.
Just how you feeling about that? Because that's what's up. Bitcoin's about to hit 6 figures by the end of the year or before the end of the year. Like you said, they're already at like 92,794.76.
Last night when I was 90
pennies as we looking at it right now as of 11:04 a.m. Eastern.
I remember in 2020 when I first was thinking about it was like 300. When I purchased it, it was about $200.
So I take it you got like an A for Bitcoin and all that stuff. You love Bitcoin.
I do, because I get it.
Yeah.
But I was nervous. That's why I sold.
Oh,
so, that was my savings. That was how I was kind of managing through our low time. I sold because I was nervous because it's not regular. It's not backed by nothing. So it's not FDIC insured. So I was like, maybe I should sell now. How far is this wave going to go?
I think for me, I'm going to give it a B. Only reason why I'm giving it a B is because I'm just not privy. I'm ignorant to the Bitcoin and crypto world, right? And as a person, as an advisor to my clients and stuff, I'm big on, investing what you know. So that's not to say like, hey, I'm not saying don't invest in Bitcoin. I'm just saying get to know it, right? The president is more Bitcoin and cryptocurrency friendly, which is why he got that support from that community. They are making millions and billions over there. As Bitcoin, like we just said, is about to hit 6 figures by the end of the year. So if that's something that you want to kind of get into as you diversify your portfolio,
take a little bit. Bad look. Listen, take a little bit. Coinbase, Robinhood. I went in there and I did like $100, $200. Invest what you can, right? So there's some coins. I just named some of the top 4, but you can do your own. XRP is 71 cents. If you spend $20, $50, $100 and just watch it, like, okay, listen, I could lose. I'm gonna put $100 on this, and I'm not gonna look at it for 3 months or a quarter. I'm gonna just give it time, a quarter, to see how it rises and falls. It's $100. If it does, great. Then if it doesn't do well, it's $100. We spend that on hair. I'm gonna be honest. It's when we spend on hair.
Invest at your own. Invest at your own risk. This is not a bank, but you might be FDIC insured. Get with your people about that. And make sure that's my little disclaimer on that one, right? This is advice for the general public. I'm not your fiduciary.
No.
All right.
This is general information.
So make sure
Look
you know.
into it and research.
So next thing up, man, from the business perspective, Starbucks got a new CEO. There's a couple things I want to kind of break down from that, but Starbucks has a new CEO as of this late summer, whose focusing is on customer experience and the operations of Starbucks, right? And so Starbucks being one of the leading coffee brands out there, I guess.
Brian Nichols.
Yep. If you're a real coffee drinker, most people say that it's not good coffee, but I don't really know. But what's your take on it? What's your grade on the change?
I'm giving it a B+.
Okay.
I saw the changes. I'm here. Listen, I'm here for it.
You support my man Brian.
I am. You know why? Because he was like, let me get back to the people, right? See, what happened was people were like, oh, no. You know, of course it's profits, but then you can't take away the experience of the people, right? Yeah. You can't say, oh, no, you can't hang out here. That was the big thing. Starbucks was getting slammed in the media. They were kicking black folks out. No, you can't sit here. You got to buy coffee. You got to do this. Well, that was the cachet about Starbucks, that you could go to Starbucks, hang out. It had free Wi-Fi. You can get a cup of coffee. It was an experience, right? When you take that experience away from your customers, you might pay a price. Gotcha. So they're talking about bringing back more cozy chairs, bringing back the bar, the condiment bar. So like the cinnamons, the sugars, they took that, put it behind the counter. They said it was for COVID reasons, but I'm sure it was because people was wasting it and they got to keep. It's money. It's usually typically money. They're bringing back the condiment bar, ceramic mugs to people who are staying longer. And one of the biggest things that are going to impact you immediately, which impacts me, is non-dairy charging. So they will charge you extra if you got soy, oat, or almond milk, right? So then they got sued. People saying it was discriminatory for people that may be lactose intolerant. So it's going to be 7.
People always got an opinion about something.
Listen, but you got to do what you got to do. It's changing, ain't it? It's changing. People probably didn't even realize they were charging you extra. I didn't even realize that they were charging me extra for oat milk. Or almond milk.
It costs more money.
It definitely doesn't.
Oat milk don't cost more than white milk?
Well, it costs more because you're charging me more.
But I'm saying, no.
But physically to produce it.
When you go to the store.
To produce it, a cow, and to milk the cow and take care of the cow versus the plant, it is less monetary involved to produce that thing. But you're valuing it more.
If you go to Publix right now, it's going to cost you more to get.
But why? Because you're saying this more. So you don't put the dairy farmers out, but to produce it does not cost more money.
It's cheaper to produce oat milk.
It's cheaper to produce anything that comes from a plant than the animal and the cow. The upkeep of the animal itself is going to cost you more.
Well, I guess that's good, though.
They're putting a monetary value on it, and that came from the farmers. That's a whole different thing. I went into a whole different world.
They want you to think you eating health or drinking healthy.
Because they don't want to put the farmers out of business with milk. That was I told you That's crazy. So anyway, I gave it a B+. I like it. I'm down for it. And they also said that their staffing levels, the time. Yep. They were like, people were mad that the time was taking too long to get coffee and in the drive-through. And so the cafe said it's going to be a better vibe. And I gave it a B. I'm here for it.
Cool. I give it an A. I like the change. When you lean into first of all, the change to get rid of the old CEO to new suggests that, and this is the type of stuff I always talk about on the show as far as being able to be better, add more value, create more skills. Those CEOs get paid a lot more than the average person that's actually making the coffee. But their pay is and bonuses and incentives is based on results for the company overall. So they're coming in as performance-based. Imagine if you were to have a job that was performance-based. I bet you probably get paid more than what you are, right? Because your overall impact to the company will increase. So this is the type of stuff that I mean by, if you don't like the job you at, get another job. If you don't like the skill you have, produce a new skill. Because these are the things that make change makers, right? And then the fact that he come in and his focus is more so on the quality control of the product and the customer experience.
Absolutely.
Says a lot about the care for the brand itself, right? You can almost compare it to just like Chick-fil-A. There was like, hey, Zaxby's came up, well, we're not going to add another thing to the menu. We're going to trim the menu, but we're going to go deeper in our customer experience. When you come here, I want you to feel like and trust the Starbucks brand. And for me to be able to say that, because I don't drink coffee at all. So I only drink
Starbucks because I'm not a coffee drinker.
I don't drink that either.
I like I like that it's not really about the coffee. I enjoy because I get a little cause I get the chai latte.
With your own little language experience.
Right. But they're also talking about that.
Venti,
but that's what he said. He said
linty.
that was they said less customizations.
With the chakalaka, like what?
They said less customizations. That takes up the time, the lag time. That's why it takes so long. So he said we're gonna cut down the customizations. Taste of your treats, but not all that extra stuff.
Yeah.
He said they're gonna trim the menu down.
I got you. So I mean, listen. So like I said, I give it an A. The change is warranted. CEO coming in, right? This is this type of stuff you get paid for the value that you.
And
bring.
looking at the data, he said something here. Yep. Send people out. Let's look at the data.
100%.
Look at the data.
So in other news, y'all, listen. My man Don Peebles, real estate investor. Many of you guys might know him from the first of all, he's a big time real estate investor from Washington D.C. Lives in New York and developed all kind of real estate all through New York. He also hit it big with the Earn Your Leisure podcast, who kind of exposed him to more people who didn't really know him. Mm-hmm. But he's trending, right? On Instagram, he have a post, as you see this post as I'm talking.
From Barack Obama.
Yeah. So, that's newsworthy.
Can't leave that out.
Let's get it clear, because he did support
fundraising,
100%,
a lot of money,
which is very key for what's about to happen, right? So as the posts come up, as you see when President Trump won, he did express his congratulations to Trump as he shared a picture with him, his wife, saying that, hey, this is going to be a great opportunity for business owners. And what happened was the Black community kind of like tore him up in the comments. They was like, hey, I really don't support this. They was kind of bashing him, and it kind of, I ain't gonna say it went viral, but it was a big thing for him. Which then he came back on an interview he did.
I think it was Black Enterprise.
With Black Enterprise, and watch this clip of the interview he just did.
Somehow or another, we took the approach that we only do business with people we agree with or we like. And that is not the ingredients for advancement of our people. When I was chairman of the Congressional Black Caucus Foundation Board, which is a think tank for the 50-plus African-American members of the Congress, I was chairman of that during Obama's last 4 years in office. And when Trump won then, I urged the members to be transactional with him because they could not afford to put the Black agenda on hold for 4 years or 8 years while they waited him out. So I posted yesterday a quote that started with Henry Kissinger and has been used to describe politics. So imagine, Black Americans in politics, we should have no permanent friends, no permanent enemies, just permanent interests. So when Trump now he's president-elect, the Republicans control the Senate and most likely will maintain control of the House of Representatives. So either we all have to say we're not doing business because we don't like what happened and we're bitter about that. He's not going to suffer. They're not going to suffer. We will.
A lot to dissect there. What's kind of your take and grade on his support? Like you said, he supported Obama. That alone suggests to me that he's not, and that was key. If you listen to the clip that we just played,
I think his support of Obama does not mean that he cannot be friendly with the current administration. Yep. I think sometimes, a lot of times, we get our feelings really in a rut, and so we can't be like them. You can't be what you oppose. I don't personally agree with Donald Trump and a lot of his antics, but he is the president of the United States. And if he has something, his administration is very business friendly. I'm not going to shoot myself in the foot and turn my back to him and be like, F you. No, I'm going to lean in and go, all right, well, what is he into? I'm about to be into that too. I don't mess with the man. I got to have dinner with him, but I guess what? He's the president. And so I think that you can't be and do what the Republicans did the last 20 years and deny. No, you got to say, listen, you in a business, I'm a business owner. My people need help with business. What can you do to help my people in business? And I think he was spot on. He said the same thing I said before about Kamala. They needed a robust primary. He said people voted for their pocketbooks and it was policy over personality, and that, we need to have a permanent interest in business and who is for business owners. And gotcha. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think he was talking, people are upset about the diminishing quality of life. And people wanted something different. So I give him an A.
Yeah.
I think Black and brown people need to stop being so emotional about aligning with your enemy.
Yeah. On me, man, listen, I'm A+ in it. It's a A+ for me. The thing, when you listen to the clip that we just played, the thing that stood out to me the most was him being from a practical. We talking about money. That's practicality. That's data. Doesn't care about your feelings in that sense. And the thing that he spoke about that stood out to me the most was black. And this is what I'm gonna scream this from the rooftops. Black people cannot have friends. You only can have interest alignments. Don't be friendly with white people. Don't be friendly with Republicans. Don't be friendly with Democrats. Have interest alignments.
Yes.
That's the things that
Yes.
we've been missing the most. Our interests have never been aligned. So that means you need to get you some interests, figure out what it is that you're interested in, whether that's business, whether that's an employee, an exec, whatever that looks like, and align yourself up with your interests for you to come out on top. And as black people, that's where I feel from a political standpoint, period. If we're going to be in there, that's how you win.
Absolutely.
You need to align your interests with the people who are interested in the things that you're interested in, no matter if they on the red side, blue side, left side, right side.
And you need to take accountability and hold them accountable. You hold yourself and the people accountable.
Yep.
So I'm holding myself accountable. Oh, what is he into?
Yep.
That's okay. Let me get the stock in this. Let me make sure I'm ready to
Yep.
take advantage of this opportunity.
Yep.
Okay, and I need to hold them accountable.
Yeah,
I need to show up.
I'm telling you, because if you even with the Republicans winning the whole thing, the House, the Senate, the everything, you don't think them people in Congress is going to benefit from anything happening in stuff? Nancy Pelosi and her husband going to be running it up. You can go Google what congressmen
Yep.
or women are investing their money in, and you can do the exact same thing. So let's have our interests aligned via stock market, via business, via the moving ourselves to the next play. So, hey, y'all, listen, man, that was a wrap. We broke down the politics for the Latino men, the SEC chair coming in, Bitcoin and cryptos doing their thing. The new Starbucks CEO is making headways and changes as we move in there. My man Don Peebles was going
He let
viral.
him know you gotta have permanent
That's what I'm
interest.
saying, man.
Y'all two in your feelings.
Make sure your interests align, man. So y'all stay tuned as we continue to cover more things. We'll be your #1 network for all things business and culture for the people.
That's right.
Make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit that bell, leave in the comments what you give your grades to, and what you think about any one of the subjects that we broke down. Let us know what you want to hear next as we cover these things on a weekly basis. And we'll see y'all on the next episode.
Get out of here.
Peace.